Welcome back to the podcast. You're listening to Parenting on Autism with Mocktails and Cocktails 2.0. I'm Sybil.
I'm Sharona, Blues Brothers.
And I'm Beth, and I'm back.
And we've got Derrick Dixon, 3D Productions. Woohoo! And I've moved on to some
Fireball.
Fireball. So, Derrick, take us through the writing of Cortez's book and just bring us up to date on some of the cool stuff that you're doing.
Yeah, so Cortez inspired me. Let me tell you the reason. The book is called Don't Call Me Different. I Just Do Things Differently.
Oh, I like
And
it.
it's a children's book. And the reason that I wrote it, because me and Cortez were at the swimming pool. And the little boy came up to me as Cortez is in there by himself, just splashing away and having a good time. And he said, is he special? So I just looked at him, and at first I thought, this is really a teaching moment for me. Because, at first I was kind of offended that he had said something. But I said, you know what? I'm going to teach him and educate him. And I said, well, are you special? And he was like, what do you mean? And I said, I want you to go home to your mom, to your dad, the adult in your house, and ask them, am I special to you? And he was like, oh, okay. And I said, and he didn't know what I was going at.
How old do you think this child was?
I think they were around the same age at that time. They were about 8 or 9 years
Okay.
old. And he probably didn't comprehend what I was saying, but it left me looking at Cortez as he was in that pool. And it just, brought tears to my eyes because I'm like, he is special.
That's right.
He is so special.
I love that you asked that child. Are
That
you
was
special?
And that was my chance to be able to talk about
it.
autism.
I love
And
that.
that's when I knew I had to talk about autism.
I have a similar story, just real quick. I was out to dinner, and I was with both my kids, and Ross kept getting up, turning around, hitting this lady in the head, getting up, turning around. He just kept doing it. So finally the lady came to me, and she said, why can't you control him? She's like, why can't you control your child? I said, I am controlling my child. He's having dinner, and he has autism. And she said, well, I don't understand why you can't make him behave. I said, he's here to teach you something.
Thank you.
I said, he's here to eat just like you're here to eat. And he's on the spectrum, so you should learn how to be around people that are different from you.
That's right.
And if I could stop him from hitting you in the head, don't you think I would do that?
That's
right. But
I want to hit you in the head
but,
now.
but, but to your point, she backed up when I said, he's here to teach you, not me discipline him.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
And I looked at Cortez thinking, he is enjoying life. He's enjoying life. And
Carefree.
the carefree, nothing is stopping him. No matter what you say, what you do, he is out there enjoying his life.
Yep. Untouchable.
Untouchable. So it just amazed me. But
all of our lives are
a
special.
teachable moment for me. It was a teachable moment for me. And I was like, don't be afraid anymore. Because at that time it was just me and Cortez. Everywhere we went, when Kmart was around. And dating myself, but when Kmart was around, we'd go in there every Wednesday after school. We'd go to Kmart, and so that's my boy right there.
No, that would be Sabrina.
Oh, that's what. So we would go in there every Wednesday to Kmart.
This is what she does.
See,
She's in the bed.
see
She's
what
just
you're
checking.
doing.
See what I'm doing. Keep going. Bye,
And-
Sabrina. We're recording.
Sabrina and Cortez going to have some fun.
Right, just looking at each other.
Go ahead.
So I went into Kmart one day during the day, and the cashier, she was looking at me, and she was like, "You okay? Is everything okay?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" She's like, "I have never seen you without your little mini me," and I'm like, "Really?" And she was like, "Never." She's like, y'all would be in here fussing. He'd be running and and tearing stuff off the car, and you just be pushing that car. Put it back in. Put it back up there. Put it back up there. Come on over here. No, don't touch that. Okay, where you going? Put that down. No, you can't have that. Okay, yeah, go ahead. Put that back in there. And it's like, you two were a comical show. He said, but what I love is that you never raised your voice at him. And everyone always tells me, there's like my pastor now, he's like, you have the patience of Job. So I've never seen someone that just stays like that the whole time. He said he had a seizure in church. And everybody was like, hi, my shaka, my. I'm just sitting there, and I got him in my lap and just rocking. And everyone, I look around and I'm like, what? Why are y'all staring at me and staring at him? They're like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, the boy's got, well, you don't want to take him out. I said, he's going through a seizure. No, I can't move him right now. I'm fine. Y'all go on back and keep praising. You want to keep praying and all that. Do that. But leave my child alone.
Right.
So, yeah. So he encouraged me a lot to do a lot of writing. I write stage plays, and a lot of stage plays that I even do, I bring awareness to autism. So I have an autistic child that's in my play. He's not actually autistic, but he portrays an autistic child. So I bring a lot of awareness to autism in my plays. I'm writing a new book. It's called The Whole Truth and Nothing But the Truth. And it is about how I came about being a parent to this child. Because a lot of people always being like,
Why did
even my family, I even talk about how my family, why are you doing this? This boy has so many issues. Why are you doing this? And I said, it's not because I chose to. I was chosen.
You were called, yes.
I was chosen to do this. I went through all these parenting classes before I even met Cortez. Why? I didn't know. I said, I might want to adopt a child one day. But I went to all these parenting classes, and they were for special needs children. I didn't even know why I was taking these classes.
Isn't that crazy?
It is.
And never got a child. Never did. Because Cortez didn't come through that situation. It was a whole different situation, but you got to get the book when the good book comes out. You understand I can't spill it all right now. But what was so just ironic is that everything that I learned in that class is when that little boy walked on my doorstep. And I was like, I got it. It was for this moment.
Okay.
It was, God was preparing me because he was like, I have something for you. And I need you to be
prepared. He's so awesome.
He is.
And I was like
beautiful,
it was
Derrick.
the best thing that I could have done because I was like, I don't know, like I said earlier, I don't know where I would have been.
Yeah.
But I knew, I was like, God, look how amazing you are that you chose me.
Yep.
Oh.
No, I feel the same way.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's amazing. And just that part of it, knowing that, changed me as a person of who I was, what I wanted to do with my career. When I retired early, I had a purpose now. I retired early. I wasn't afraid to leave that job. I was making good money as a flight attendant. Just bought a home. But I said, you know what? I'm stepping out on faith. Me and my boy, we're going to do this. And got a home and everything. Never missed a house note. Never. That boy ate every single day. We was taken care of. So then it encouraged me to, write more and get more into the arts and theater, bringing awareness to autism. And that's when I started Stomp the Runway for Autism.
And most of your productions or events are through the arts.
Through the arts.
And that is so important because, performing and arts are like a crucial to the community of autism.
I think so.
Whether it's color, the expression of
or
music.
Yeah.
All of the arts. When Sydney and Sabrina were coming up, they took piano lessons, and they still to this day, if they go to my sister lives in a family home, Sabrina will play the piano. It's all about the arts.
Yeah.
So that's where, your foundations and your productions come into play. And that's why I'm so connected to your stuff, because it is through the arts that you get to express differences.
Just express differences. And I stopped even saying, if I could just touch one person, because I thought, how selfish of me. How selfish that I just want to touch one person. And I said, Jesus took 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish?
Okay.
And fed a multitude, and I'm just trying to reach one? But we have these platforms. And then I just thought the other day, I said, Facebook limits you to 5,000 friends. You have an opportunity to reach 5,000 people every single day. Why are you just trying to reach one? You're selfish. You've been put on this platform and do what we do for a reason. There's people out there that need to hear what we need to hear.
That's right.
Not just one. There's multitudes. So I learned that about myself also, and try to encourage us.
And I think that's what's so awesome about all 3 of you, and gives me so much, like, my heart just is that you guys have these platforms, these foundations that are reaching people, not just one.
Yes.
But multitudes. And I think that is so awesome, because that is what's needed. I mean, that's what would have gotten me through so many, like, sleepless nights. Yeah. I mean, times when I just was like, oh, God, I can't go on. And he spoke to me. He said, Beth, Ross is exactly the way I made him. Quit trying to change him.
Yes.
Because I kept saying, he's got to talk. He's got to talk. I mean, to your point, I would stay up till 2 and 3 in the morning in the middle of the night Googling stuff. Just trying to figure out, he can get light therapy. He can get gluten-free. He can get all these things. And then God spoke to me one night, and he said, he's right the way he is. He never speaks.
That's right.
Yep.
And it changed me. I was like,
he
okay.
speaks to you
in
his way.
Correct.
Yeah,
but
right.
I want him to, how we're communicating.
You want him to communicate as
verbally.
a two-way conversation.
Right. But he does. I mean, like, he spent time with my extended family at Thanksgiving since he's been in the residential program. They were so happy to see him, and he was so happy to see them. And they have all these funny stories where he was communicating with them individually with his nonverbal communication. And it was just beautiful. And he's just, I have a picture I wanted to show. It's just so cute. And I put it on my contact with my niece, because she has a picture of him. He was like running around with her the whole time. He was so happy to see his family. And
Beautiful.
yeah, and he's so independent and so grown up now.
Yeah.
And, I never thought I'd see this day when I would be Googling in the middle of the night.
Yes, I'm telling you. I am the Google guru. I'm telling you.
So to your point, yes,
Yeah.
what you guys are doing is beautiful to me.
Yeah, but you have a place at the table, and that is like so
Yes.
important to our 2.0. I said it when you got busy. I was like, you're always welcome, to come and tell us and get us caught up, because there's a lot of medication that Sydney and Sabrina are on because of you. So you may not have a platform, but you have a voice.
Yes.
And you are part of our platform.
And I love that, because it helps me with my,
Therapy.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And so October the 14th, there's going to be a fashion show that we're
okay.
looking for volunteers. And
Okay.
you would be fit really
I know
well.
that's right.
Yeah. And
Yes.
he's getting ready to talk about that.
Okay, great.
You're not really savvy on Facebook, but he put it out there on Facebook after we talked, and I'm waiting for him to get to that, because
Okay.
Sid will definitely be in the house.
Yes.
I don't know if we're going to be collecting money, because he put me on the door one year, and it was like so many people. I'm like, Derrick, you told me you didn't have any more seats. Just keep selling them. Just keep selling them. Me and Malik was saying, okay, $50 more. 50. And I kept running the cash to him. He's like, just keep selling. So he knows I'm a seller. I'm like, come on.
So you do this every year, this fashion
Yeah,
show?
we stopped just 1 year, and that was the pandemic. And after that, we picked back up.
Was it pre-pandemic in Atlanta?
Yes.
18, 19.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So
Okay. We went to Atlanta.
We did
Oh,
Atlanta.
yeah.
Vernon brought all the clothes, and
Right.
Sydney and
Oh,
Sabrina and
nice.
Apollo. Yep.
We were supposed to do Houston, Texas, and we
That
didn't
was
get to make
pandemic.
it there. Right.
Yep.
Okay.
So we didn't get to make it there. So
Maybe we'll go to Dallas.
We'll revisit all of that. But October 14th, we will be doing Stomp the Runway for Autism. So right now, we are looking for volunteers to be part of the production team. We're not looking for models or designers right now. We're just looking for a production team. And I'm looking for a team that is, mostly that loves to service people.
Oh, I love that.
That's what's most important to me is that, again, it doesn't have to be about always the fashion and things like that, but it's about bringing people together.
The operations
and
of it.
when I see that there are so many families, when people come up and tell me my niece or my nephew has autism, my grandson
neighbor,
has, my neighbor, I know they know someone.
Everybody knows somebody.
And when you come to see Stomp the Runway for Autism, you're not coming just to a fashion show. You are coming to a production. It's a full production.
And how many years have you been doing it?
16?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's again.
Does it get bigger every year?
Every year.
Okay.
Every year. When we went to Atlanta, they said, Derrick, please shut down Eventbrite because they're keep selling tickets on Eventbrite. I never even been to Atlanta, so this was really stepping out on faith to put this on. And they kept selling tickets.
Amazing.
And I said, okay, cut it off. And they were lined up outside the door. They had to go next door to another building to find chairs to bring in. So
we had there was
impact.
no dressing room. It was
None.
like the place was beautiful, like how he set it up and all that, but it could have been in a bigger event place.
Yeah.
And that has happened every time.
Yeah.
Like
I have
the
to
one
move
that
it.
we were talking that Sheila Dixon was at. That
It was
place,
too small.
Every place that he's done the fashion show, except your spot. What is
Right.
it? The old
At the
So
Palladium.
you need
The
to
Palladium.
you need to take a leap of faith and just get the biggest place you
and
can.
get the biggest place
Yeah.
and just go for it.
Yeah.
So and I'm learning that. I'm learning that just to trust. Trust in the process and everything and just
And it's
know.
so hard though.
Isn't it?
It's so hard, and we're our own worst enemies
Yeah.
because we see it, we can feel it. I was telling you that this week. It's just like I can almost touch what I want in my adult center with Twin Green, but then I retreat.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, why? It's just that one phone call that keeps me going. It's that one person saying, but someone told me that you know this.
Yeah.
And so it's just all about connecting and being transparent on really what you want and being able to say that if it is there, it's already done.
Yeah.
It's already
Yes.
I'll tell you what's funny is that people also motivate me. People that don't know about autism, they motivate me. And I remember I was flying back and forth to Atlanta to do my stage play. So I was, going out there and finding the venue and doing rehearsals and things like that. So a lady was watching Cortez, and I had the other little ones at this time, watching Cortez. Her main goal when I left the house one week is that she was going to fix Cortez. She was going to fix him. She had cleaned out my pantry. He was not going to eat any processed food. I always allow Cortez, he has a routine. He gets up, goes downstairs, eats his breakfast, and then goes back upstairs, dilly-dallies in his room, brushes his teeth, stuff like that. She was going to make him fix his bed before he ate. He's calling me on the phone. I said, what's going on? She won't let me eat. That's what he says, she. She won't let me eat.
Right.
And I'm like, and I can hear her in the background. I told him he's going to fix his bed. I said, no, she's just adding on. Just adding on. The next thing I hear go, ouch. I said, what is going on? He threw a water bottle and hit me in my head. I said, well, girl, hopefully it knocks some sense into you. Let the boy go eat.
Do him.
And
Let
then
him
make up
eat.
his bed and do what he needs to do. We
He
have
has a routine.
Yeah.
He
Why
knows.
do people want to break this routine?
They want to break it because they think they can.
Control.
Oh, it's all in his head.
Control.
It's in his head.
No, there's all of us that have OCD for whatever it is.
Because I do. I know I do big time.
I'm telling you, everybody has it.
Yes.
Like for example, I have to brush my teeth before I take a shower. I just have to do it. Now that doesn't mean it should be done that way.
Right.
Some people want to shower, drink their coffee,
Right.
whatever, and then brush their teeth.
Right.
Not me. I got to get up and brush my teeth. But I'm just saying, everybody has their routine.
Has their
It
own
doesn't
thing.
matter if you're on the
Right.
spectrum.
Right.